we study are America, India and their independence, and Tudors and the Tudor monarchs. The Indians fought and protested for their independence from the British Empire. We've been studying the Tudor monarchs all the way from Henry VII to Elizabeth I, and we're going to go on to study the rebellions within them. I think that America is my favourite because it slots in perfectly with my politics, and it's actually really interesting learning about the differences between Republicans and Democrats.
They're really easy to follow. It's not very difficult, it's just more content to learn in the same amount of time.
I say you can be analysing sources like texts, or it can be posters from various points in history.
It's a bit weird at first when you first come into like A-levels, because you can actually talk to a teacher as if they're not a teacher. You can have like a proper conversation and use their name, and it's just a bit like that. But it's quite nice, you know.
Yeah, it's a much more informal relationship. You can have chats with them, and it's not like you're just talking to someone who's way above you.
And it's really easy to feel comfortable with your teachers, and you're never frowned upon for needing extra help or wanting to go into something in more detail. You're actually praised for coming and getting the extra help that you need.
But you get lots of freedom in the question that you can choose, and you can choose a question that you're genuinely interested in, so you're actually motivated to learn more around the subject, put in as much detail as possible into your work.
Well, it's quite a long process. You've got a lot of time to do it in, but it's nice and structured, because otherwise people would just leave it. So they do that well, and they give you sources and help with all of it.
It's actually been really nice because we get to explore a new school site. The teachers over at Coombs are lovely. They're really nice when you get lost. But Miss Medhurst over at Coombs Head, her classroom is fabulous, but she's also really enthusiastic about America and how she teaches it.
I'd like to go on and study a history course of some type.
I want to study biology at university.
Acting at university, politics. I'd love to become a politician, but if not, I might find something in the civil service.
Primary school teaching at Plymouth University.
I'm going to take a year out and figure out what I want to do then.
I'm taking a gap year next year and going travelling, and then I hope to get into Exeter Uni to do medical sciences.
I'd like to do history at university.
International politics at Aberystwyth.
Get enough money to become a commercial pilot, but if that doesn't work, I'd like to study ancient history at Cardiff.
I'd probably like to take history at Plymouth maybe.
I'm going to go to either Exeter or Bath Uni to study history with philosophy and ethics. After I've done my